Imagine your mind as a fortress. Thick walls, strategic defenses, built to protect everything you value. Your decisions, your identity, your freedom. Now, imagine discovering that you have been building the walls facing inward. That every defense you constructed does not keep invaders out. It keeps you imprisoned within. This is what overthinking does. It disguises itself as intelligence. It masquerades as careful consideration. It whispers that more analysis means better decisions, that endless rumination equals deeper understanding. But here is the devastating truth psychology reveals. Overthinking does not protect you, it paralyzes you. And paralyzed people are the easiest to control. Why does the mind that thinks most become the mind most easily manipulated? How did your greatest cognitive gift become your most exploitable weakness? And who benefits when you remain trapped in endless mental loops while the world makes decisions for you? The answer will disturb you, because the prison you are sitting in was built by your own hands, and the jailers are counting on you, never realizing it. The architecture of overthinking reveals something sinister about modern existence. Your brain evolved to solve problems, to analyze threats, to plan for survival. These cognitive abilities kept your ancestors alive when predators lurked and resources were scarce. But evolution did not anticipate the 21st century. It did not prepare you for infinite information streams, constant notifications. Algorithmic feeds are designed by teams of engineers whose sole purpose is to capture and hold your attention. Your ancient problem-solving machinery now runs constantly with no off switch. It searches for threats that do not exist. It analyzes decisions that do not matter. It loops endlessly on problems it cannot solve because the problems were manufactured to be unsolvable. Carl Jung understood this trap decades before smartphones existed. He observed that the conscious mind can only hold a few thoughts simultaneously, but the unconscious churns endlessly beneath the surface. When you overthink, you are not accessing deeper wisdom. You are drowning in the shallow end while believing you are exploring the depths. The overthinker feels busy, feels productive, feels like they are doing something important by turning thoughts over and over like stones in a tumbler. But the stones never become gems. They just become smaller, ground down to nothing by friction that produces no forward motion. Meanwhile, life moves forward without you. Decisions get made by others. Opportunities pass. Relationships form and dissolve. The world does not wait for you to finish thinking, and certain forces are counting on exactly that. The psychology of control depends entirely on one factor: action prevention. A person who acts cannot be easily controlled. They are in motion. They are testing reality. They are gathering information through experience rather than speculation. They learn what works and what does not through direct contact with the world. But a person frozen in thought, they are perfectly controllable. They doubt their own perceptions. They second-guess their instincts. They wait for permission. They seek validation before moving. They outsource their decisions to anyone who projects confidence. Friedrich Nietzsche saw this clearly when he wrote about the paralysis of the intellectual. He observed that those who think most often act least, not because they lack capability, but because thinking becomes a substitute for doing. The mind convinces itself that analysis equals progress. This is precisely what manipulators understand intuitively. Want someone to stay in a bad relationship? Keep them overthinking whether they are being fair, whether they tried hard enough, whether their standards are too high, whether they will find anything better. Want an employee to accept poor treatment? Keep them from overthinking whether they are being oversensitive, whether they really deserve more, whether speaking up will backfire, whether the job market is too risky. Want a population to accept diminishing freedoms? Keep them overthinking the complexity of issues, the nuance of situations, the possibility that they don't understand enough to have valid opinions. Overthinking is not a bug in human cognition. For those who benefit from your inaction, it is the most valuable feature. The mechanisms of mental paralysis operate beneath conscious awareness. First comes analysis paralysis, the illusion that more information produces better decisions. You research endlessly. You consult more sources. You weigh more variables. But studies consistently show that beyond a certain threshold, additional information does not improve decision quality. It worsens it. The overthinker drowning in data makes worse choices than the intuitive mind working with limited information. Because the conscious mind cannot process infinite inputs, it becomes overwhelmed. It freezes. It defaults to whatever choice requires the least immediate action, which is usually no choice at all. Second comes anticipatory anxiety, the endless simulation of negative futures. Your brain runs scenario after scenario. What if this goes wrong? What if that person reacts badly? What if the worst case becomes reality? But here is what psychology reveals. The scenarios your anxious mind generates are rarely accurate. They catastrophize. They ignore your adaptive capabilities. They treat you as helpless while treating threats as omnipotent. Jean-Paul Sartre observed that anxiety arises from freedom itself. The overthinker is not afraid of bad outcomes. They are afraid of the responsibility that comes with choosing. Every decision means killing alternatives. Every path forward means abandoning other paths. So the overthinker chooses not to choose and believes this absolves them of responsibility. It does not. Inaction is itself a choice, and it is usually the worst one. Third comes opinion outsourcing, the desperate search for external authority. The overthinker does not trust their own judgment. They have thought themselves into circles so many times that their internal compass spins uselessly. So they look outward. What do experts say? What do friends think? What is the consensus? What would a reasonable person do? This makes them perfectly controllable. They have voluntarily surrendered their autonomy to whoever speaks with the most confidence. They become followers by default. They wait to be told what to think and how to act. Viktor Frankl, who found meaning in the concentration camps, understood that the last human freedom is choosing one's own way. But the overthinker has given this freedom away, not to force, but to their own mental habits. The controllers of modern society understand these mechanisms intimately. Algorithms are designed to trigger overthinking. They serve content that provokes without resolving. They present problems without solutions. They create the illusion that more scrolling will produce clarity. It never does. The feed is infinite. The clarity never comes. And while you scroll, your capacity for decisive action atrophies. Media operates similarly. Every issue is presented as impossibly complex. Every solution has critics. Every opinion has counter-arguments. The message is consistent. You cannot possibly understand enough to act confidently. So you wait. You consume more content. You think more thoughts. You remain frozen while those with fewer scruples act decisively. Marketing exploits overthinking directly. It presents endless options to prevent any choice. It creates fear of choosing wrong. It offers the illusion that perfect information exists, if only you research more. Meanwhile, your attention has been captured. Your time has been consumed. Your money often follows, because eventually the exhausted mind surrenders to whatever choice removes the burden of deciding. Arthur Schopenhauer observed that the majority of people are not capable of thinking, only of believing. The overthinker believes they are the exception. They think constantly. But thinking in circles is not true cognition. It is mental performance that produces nothing but exhaustion. Breaking free requires understanding that clarity comes from action, not thought. This inverts everything that overthinking teaches you. You believe you must think your way to certainty before acting. The truth is precisely opposite. You must act your way to clarity. Small actions produce real information. They test hypotheses that thinking can only imagine. They generate feedback that speculation never provides. They reveal your actual capabilities rather than your imagined limitations. The person who sends one imperfect message learns more than the person who drafts 50 perfect messages in their mind. The person who tries one approach and fails knows more than the person who analyzed 100 approaches without trying any. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, wrote daily about action despite uncertainty. He understood that waiting for perfect knowledge means waiting forever. The battlefield does not pause for contemplation. Life does not pause for certainty. The decisive mind is not more intelligent than the overthinking mind. It simply has different priorities. It values information from reality over information from imagination. It accepts imperfection as the price of progress. You must adopt these priorities or remain frozen. The practical rebellion against mental paralysis begins with recognizing the trap. Notice when you are thinking in circles, when the same thoughts repeat, when analysis produces no new insights, when you feel busy but accomplish nothing. This is the signal that thinking has become procrastination, that your mind has become a cage rather than a tool. Then act anyway, despite uncertainty, despite imperfection, despite the screaming voice insisting you need more time, more information, more preparation. That voice is not protecting you. It is imprisoning you. It is making you controllable by keeping you immobile. Set time limits on decisions. Permit yourself to be wrong. Embrace the discomfort of uncertainty, because certainty is an illusion anyway. The confident people you admire are not more certain. They are simply more comfortable with uncertainty. Reduce information inputs. The infinite feed produces infinite overthinking. Curate ruthlessly. Accept that you will miss things. Missing information is the price of mental freedom. Trust your initial instincts more. Research shows first impressions often outperform prolonged analysis. Your unconscious mind processes more than your conscious mind can articulate. Sometimes the gut knows before the brain catches up. The ultimate truth is this: your overthinking mind is not your ally. It has been weaponized against you. Every minute spent in mental loops is a minute not spent building, creating, connecting, living. Every decision delayed is power surrendered to those willing to act. Every thought spiral is a chain you forge around your own freedom. The world does not reward the most thoughtful. It rewards the most decisive. Not because action is always right, but because action produces information that thought never can. You have been told that careful consideration is wisdom, but there is a line where consideration becomes captivity. You crossed that line long ago. The fortress you built faces inward. The walls keep you imprisoned. The guards are your own thoughts, and they answer to anyone who understands how to keep you thinking instead of doing. Stop building walls. Start opening doors. The paralysis you feel is not caution. It is control. And the only way to break it is to move despite every voice screaming to wait, to analyze, to think just a little more. Those voices are not yours. They were installed by a world that benefits from your inaction. Reclaim your mind by reclaiming your movement. Think less. Act more. Discover that the clarity you sought was never in your head. It was always on the other side of action. You were too frozen to take.